Hey everybody, and welcome to Free Grace Kids. We have a great show for you today. We're going to start by going to see Beanie and Friends. Here's Beanie.
Hey boys and girls, and oh look, it's Mr. Fix-It. Hey Mr. Fix-It.
Hey Beanie, how's my neighbor doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great too. How's that fence working out for you?
I love it, and my pet chicken absolutely loves it too. It's just the best fence ever. And boy, thank you for making that for me, Mr. Fix-It. Hey, did you know we've got a new neighbor?
No, I didn't know we had a new neighbor. What's his name?
His name is Pilot Pete.
How would I recognize him?
Oh, he's pretty easy to recognize.
Okay.
He's got a sword, and he's got a patch over one eye, and he's kind of rough. And anyway, you'll probably meet him in a little bit because he wants me to go to the store and buy him some more candy. And anyway, he's in my house eating all my candy right now. So you'll get to meet him in a little bit, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll look forward to that.
Hey, Mr. Fix-It.
Yes.
I was wondering, a question for you. What is your favorite thing to fix?
Well, Beanie, my favorite thing to fix, let me tell you, I've got this box of tools here.
Yeah?
And my favorite tool is the Bible.
The Bible.
Yes, and I like to help people understand verses that are hard to understand.
Oh, well, I'm really glad about that because I was having a little hard time understanding the verse that we talked about last week.
Oh, last week. That would have been
It was Romans.
Romans.
What was it?
Romans 8:28.
Okay.
Let me read it for you, Benny.
Okay.
And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those called according to his purpose.
Okay. I was wondering what that love God part meant.
Oh, the love God part. You
Yeah.
know, that's a great question, Beanie. It has to do with doing what God says. I mean, the first thing you have to do is to believe in Jesus for everlasting life. You knew that.
Okay.
And then, if you want to be close to God, you need to keep his commandments and obey him. It's kind of like when you were born into your family, your mom and dad had you, and you're always a part of your family, no matter what you do, whether you're good or bad. But if you want to be close to your parents, you'll do what they say. You'll keep their commandments and obey them. That's how it is with this verse. If you love God, if you do what he says, then you can expect things to work together for good for you.
Okay, so it's kind of like when I disobey my mom, which sometimes I do that, but when I disobey her, I don't stop being her child. I'm still her son, right?
That's right, Beanie. It sounds like you've got it.
But if I disobey her, then sometimes I could get a spanking.
Yes, and you won't be as close to her as you could be if you did obey her.
And a spanking hurts.
Oh yeah, spankings hurt bad.
I don't like spankings.
No, but God can use spankings to work together for good.
But if I do what's right, and a good way to love my mommy is to obey her and do what she tells me to, and then things go a lot better.
They do. They go a lot better. Sounds like you've got a good handle on this verse, Beanie.
I think I like that verse, and I think we're going to learn some more about God today by singing some songs. Do you like to sing, Mr. Fix-It?
I do.
Okay, well, I think Miss Krista and Eiley are going to come up and lead us in singing a song right now.
Okay.
Hi kids, good morning. Oh, we're so glad to be here today, aren't we?
Hi.
Do you want to sing some songs? Okay.
Me
Well,
too.
We learned a couple of songs last week, so how about we sing those again? Does that sound good? All right, so the first song we're gonna sing is the song that comes from our verse. Eiley, do you remember it?
We know all things work together for good to those who love God.
Good. Now, do we have some hand motions to go with these?
Yeah.
Okay, are you?
They're too tired.
Oh, her hands are too tired. Okay, well, it's we know, all things work together for good to those who love God. All right, should we sing it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Should we try it a little faster? Okay. Ready? We know all things work together for good to those who love God. Do you think you can do the motions this fast? Let's see, I bet you can. You ready? We know all things work together for good to those who love God. All right, last time. We know all things work together for good to those who love God. Good job. Yeah, that's a fun one, isn't it? Okay, well, our next song is I've Got Peace Like a River. Okay, you ready?
I like the fountain part.
You like the fountain part? I do too. Eiley's made up some motions to it, so you can watch her and she'll teach him.
Two new motions.
Ooh, some new motions. Okay. Hey, Eiley, you might want to step back a little. That way your shirt doesn't get caught on the fence. All right, are we ready? I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. You ready for the next part? I've got peace, love, and joy like a river. I've got peace, love, and joy like a river. I've got peace, love, and joy like a river in my soul. I've got peace, love, and joy like a river. I've got peace, love, and joy like a river. I've got peace, love, and joy like a river in my soul. I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean. I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean. I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean in my soul. I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean. I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean. I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean in my soul. I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain. I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain in my soul. That was fun. Thanks for singing with us. You say bye?
Bye.
See you soon.
Hi, I'm Grandpa, and this is my garden. And today I want to teach you a lesson from this peach tree here. Do you guys like peaches?
Yeah, I love
This is a can of peaches. Do you ever have canned peaches?
Yeah.
Canned peaches come from peach trees. Do you want to try one?
Yeah.
All right, here. Here's a peach for you. You want a peach, Eli?
Yeah.
All right, here's a peach for you. Charlotte, you want a peach?
Yes.
How's it taste? Is it nice and sweet? These might taste good, but the ones fresh off of a tree, they really taste good. Did you know there's peaches on this tree right now? Do you see a peach? Point to a peach. Do you see a peach?
Right there.
That's right, there's a peach right there. And I want to show you something about these peaches. Count how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 peaches on this one little branch. Now, look, there's another one, 8 peaches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick off some of these perfectly good peaches. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can end up with just a few big peaches instead of a whole bunch of little tiny peaches. And you know, sometimes God has to do that in our lives because we get our life so full of all different kinds of things that distract us from bearing the fruit that God wants us to bear. And so He'll bring about events kind of like this COVID virus thing going on right now that changes up our schedule, maybe forces us to spend more time at home with our family. And that can be a good thing if we listen to God and learn from Him and realize that all He's trying to do is help us to bear more fruit in our lives. Just like somebody taking good care of his peach tree will thin out the peaches so he'll get real big, nice, juicy peaches. So I hope that you want to bear fruit in your life and be a fruitful Christian.
The best fruit we can bear is to love others.
Hey.
Hey, I don't believe I recognize you.
Hey, you're Mr. Fix-It, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Fix-It. Who are you?
I'm Pirate Pete, the dirtiest, rottenest, meanest puppet in the whole world, and I'm a new neighbor for you here.
Oh, our new neighbor.
Hey,
Yeah.
you fix stuff, right?
Yes, I do fix stuff.
All right. Hey, can you fix that fence for me?
I did. I fixed this fence last week for Beanie so his pet chicken wouldn't get chased by a dog.
Yeah. No, what I need you to do is to tear that fence down and turn it into a plank for my pirate ship.
Oh, Pirate Pete, what are you talking about?
Well, I got a pirate ship and I need to make some of my sailors walk the plank. Hey,
What?
you got any candy in that box?
Oh, no. This is my toolbox, Pirate Pete, and my favorite tool is the Bible. Let me read a verse to you that we've been going through. It's in Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those called according to His purpose.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that verse before.
You have?
Yeah, but I like my version better.
What's your version?
All things work together for the good of those who love me.
Oh, Pirate Pete, is that why you're wanting me to tear this fence down to help you?
Yeah. I sent Beanie to the store to get some candy for me because I ate all the candy in his house and all he's got left is these bagels and they're not very good. I prefer candy. Hey,
Yeah.
I think I better go look and see. I forgot to look underneath his bed to see if there was some candy under there.
All right.
See you later. And,
See you later.
You can put that, after you tear that fence down and turn it into a plank, you can just put it over here and I'll come and get it later. All right?
Oh,
ya.
Pirate Pete. Oh, Pirate Pete. Well, Pirate Pete's out. Miss Krista has a craft that she wants to show us, so let's go look at that.
everybody. Are y'all ready to do some crafts? What do you think, Eiley? Are we ready to do a craft? Okay, what are we doing today?
Today we're squishing flowers.
We're squishing flowers today. Why are we squishing flowers? Why are we squishing flowers? Are we making something?
We're making this.
Cool. That's so pretty. You did that by squishing a flower? Do you think
And some leaves and some petals.
Oh, flower, leaves, and petals. Well, do you think you could show us how to do this?
Yes.
Here, I'll put this one over here for you. Okay, so what do we need?
Some fresh green leaves or whatever color you want.
Flowers or leaves, and you know what? You can even use, because some people live where it's really, really cold right now, and some people live where it's really, really hot right now. And flowers don't always grow in really cold or really hot. So if you don't have any flowers around, you can even use like vegetable peels. Like if you peel a carrot, you can use the peels from it.
If it's really, really hot and sunny, if you have a few sunflowers in your yard, you could pick some of those.
That's true. Sunflowers would work. Okay, so we need some kind of flower or vegetable or some leaves to squish, okay? And then what else do we need?
And then we need some twigs for the frame.
If you want to make a frame.
And we have some toilet paper for the top.
Paper
and
towels.
this to squish it like this.
Okay, and what are you squishing it onto?
A paper.
Paper, okay. So the paper that we want to use, you got my nose. What this paper? What kind of paper is this?
Watercolor.
Yeah,
Watercolor.
it's watercolor paper. If you don't have watercolor paper, you can use a real thick paper. It's just when you squish, if it's a real thin paper, what happens?
It breaks.
It breaks the paper. Okay, but what's the other thing you have here?
Cloth.
Cloth. So we took an old dish towel, and what did we do?
And we squished it on the, we accidentally didn't know we couldn't squish it on our porch, so it kind of did a few holes on the flower.
That's true. If you try and squish it on a rocky surface, you'll squish holes into your paper or your cloth. So it's good to get a smooth surface that's good for squishing on or pounding. Okay, so are you going to do the paper or the cloth today, Eiley?
Cloth.
Okay, Eiley's going to do the cloth. I have some other ones here. See, this one's cut out like a bookmark, and this one's like a card. So there's all sorts of things you can do with it. Okay, Eiley's going to do the cloth. All right, and what are you going to squish onto it?
This flower.
Okay, I think I'll do the card here. Okay, so we've got some tape here.
I'm gonna squish this right here.
All right, you want to tape it down where you want to squish it? You don't have to tape it, but it helps protect your fingers, and it keeps the flour still while you're pounding it. Here, make sure you get it on the, yeah, you want to get it on the cloth and on the flour. Okay, and then we need the scissors because we want to cut off the stem. Unless you want to squish the stem too, you can do that too, but okay, so we'll put that over here. All right, are you going to put anything else on it?
I'm gonna put this leaf
Ooh, that's a pretty purple leaf.
and these flowers.
Ooh, pretty. And some of those might be too little to tape, so we don't have to tape all of them. That's all right, it'll probably fall over anyway when we put the paper towel on it.
And then I want this
You gonna do a rose?
flower.
Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see, here's the tape. Tape down that side too. Okay, and then let's
I just
put the
need-
stem here.
I just need one. This.
Ooh, that's,
Not that.
oh, okay.
Um,
One of these?
Indian paintbrush.
Indian paintbrush, that's right. These are Indian paintbrushes. We have a lot of wildflowers growing around where we live right now. So we went on a nature walk and we picked some pretty flowers. You just always want to make sure if there's somebody else's flowers, you ask first before you pick them, because some people like to just look at their flowers. Okay, so now you need this. You think you'll need 2?
Yeah.
All right. So you lay your paper towel over the top. Okay, now what are you going to use to squish? The rolling pin? Okay, and then you just squish them. Just make sure you don't squish your fingers. And you just want to squish it until you start to see color coming through on the paper towel. You can even use that to roll too. Gotta remember where you laid your flowers. Make sure you don't get your finger. Ooh, I see some pink coming through.
Can you hold this one down?
Yeah. Okay, you got that part. Let's see, we got one over here. Okay, let's try rolling it too. You wanted to roll it? And you can squish really hard as you roll it. Yeah, that's good. So you can use a hammer or a rock or a rolling pin, whatever you find that's good for squishing. Just make sure you ask permission before you get any tools out. Is it going? You want me to help squish some more?
I want you to squish it.
Let's see if we can squish it a little more. How do you think it feels for these flowers to get squished? You think flowers have feelings?
No.
No, probably not. But I bet if they did, it would hurt, huh? Probably wouldn't feel very good.
If that was a flower, I would scream and say, yay!
Yeah! You know, sometimes things happen in our lives that are pretty painful. They hurt. But our verse today tells us that God uses all things together for good to those who love Him. So even though bad things can happen sometimes in our lives to us, God can use them to make something beautiful. Just like these flowers, they're getting squished.
This one doesn't look like much.
Doesn't quite look like the rose, but it's got a pretty color on it. I like that.
How about we do this flower didn't squish.
It didn't get squished. Ooh, I like the way this one turned out though. It's really pretty.
I like this one better.
You want to do another rose on it?
Yeah.
Looks like the rose did pretty good. Where did we get these roses from?
Aunt Sarah's, but we asked.
We did, we asked. And she said it was fine. She has lots and lots of roses on her bush, doesn't she?
We got some pink ones too.
Yes. So this is another way to do it. You can pull them off. Okay, so we're almost done here. And do you want to make it another hanging thing here like we did the other one?
Yeah.
All right, we don't. So for this one, we used a needle and some thread to sew it on, but we don't have a needle and thread right now, so we are just going to glue it.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Hey, you know what we could do? We could fold it over and then the color might go on both parts. You want to try that?
Yeah.
This is a lot of just experimenting. You can see which flowers, which leaves work best.
You hold it.
Hold it. Might work better to roll it on this one. See, I'm gonna try a leaf here on this one. I'm gonna use our rock to squish it on. All right, we're just about out of time, but we're almost finished. Now, what should we do with these after we make them?
Hang them up somewhere in my room.
In your room? You know, there's a lot of people who are sick right now or who are all by themselves because they're trying not to get sick. Do you think there's something we could do with these to cheer them up?
Yeah.
What do you think we could do?
Give some to them.
Oh, that's a good idea. We can use this to show God we love Him by showing people that we love them.
I'm gonna give my flower one. I want to give my other hanging one.
You want to give one of these over here? Okay. All right. It's looking pretty good. You want me to help squish a little bit more? This is the fun part when you get to pound it. Okay, we're almost done here. All right, let's do the big reveal. Wow. That looks pretty, Eiley. Let's see. Oh, my leaf. I think my leaf needed some more pounding, but you can see a little bit on there. Okay.
And do one more thing on mine.
Well, I think we're about out of time. Let's
Just want to do one more. I just want to
do one more thing. Okay. We'll put this on here.
I just want to do an Indian paintbrush.
Indian paintbrush. The Indian paintbrush didn't squish quite as good. Okay, let's do it really quick. Just like that, okay. She's rolling it, pounding it. Woo! Oh, I see some color there. Okay, let's try that one. See how it looks? That's so pretty, Eiley. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and put a stick on here and a string, but thank you for doing craft time with us today. And if you pound some flowers and make some artwork, we'd love to see it. So have your mom or dad send it to us on the Facebook page or message us. All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hey, Mr. Fix-It.
Hey, Beanie.
I really like that craft, but I don't think Pirate Pete really understood how it was supposed to be done. He's outside right now stomping on my flowers and stabbing them with his sword, and I don't think that's a very good craft.
Well, Pirate Pete, I don't think he's not being close to God. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think that verse that we had today, what was it again?
It was Romans. It was Romans 8:28. Let me read it to you, Beanie.
Okay.
And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those called according to His purpose. Now, when Pirate Pete talked about this verse, he said, "All things work together for good for me."
That's not what it says.
No, that's not at all what it says. That's not at all. In fact, let me tell you, I found a couple more verses that talk about loving God and what that means. Let me read those to you.
Okay, because I think I need a little bit more help understanding this.
Okay, John 15:10. If you keep my commandment, you will remain in my love. John 15:12 says, this is my command. Love one another as I have loved you.
So what do those verses mean?
Well, they talk about loving God. That's how, about keeping His commandments. That's how you love God.
Okay, so if I love God, I'll do what the Bible tells me to do.
That's right. You'll want to be close to God. And to be close to God, you need to obey God.
But what if it's really hard? Because I think maybe it might be a little bit hard to love Pirate Pete while he's out stomping on my flowers and eating all my candy in my house.
Well, that's why you need this whole verse, we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. So even Pirate Pete stomping on your flowers can turn out for something good.
Oh boy, I'll be anxious to see how that turns out. Are we going to learn some more about this verse next week?
We are. We need to cover this verse one more week and talk about the last phrase, according to his purpose. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay, well, this has been really good, and I hope that all you kids have had a really good time at Kids Time this week, and we'll be back again. Will you be back again with us next week, Mr. Fix-It?
Yes, I'll be back next week.
All right, we'll see you all next week then at Free Grace Kids Time.
Bye.